Hello everyone and welcome back to Rebel Brick. As you can see today I grabbed it's a G.I. Joe Skystriker construction set. With the last ones that I've done, I was not very happy with these, so I really have kind of held off on this one. I don't know if this is available to buy anymore or not. As you can see, we have one figure, we have 100 pieces, and it is a fairly small set. But we get Ace, I believe, and the small Skystriker, which I'm sure that once we get put together, I will probably try to see if I can't modify it to make it look like something a little bit more appropriate, and we'll just kind of go from there. So we'll open this up, we'll take a look. The funny thing is this box art is the original box art, and if you notice right here, because I had my best friend actually had this plane when we were growing up. So this right here is the landing gear and for the wings. So you actually moved it forward, and I believe the wings folded and the landing gear went up. When you had it backwards, the landing gear came down as well as the wings coming out. So we'll see how this actually looks. We'll go from there as I cut the tape and we actually move this. Like I said, the last couple that were from this line I was not happy with, and that's the reason why I never really put it together. I'm sitting here after work and trying to figure out what I want to put together and have fun with and all that, and here we are. So the box is kind of nice. I mean, as far as having this out, I always like having a box or something so that way I can put my stuff in. I mean, as you've noticed, I do all my building on a pool table, so I don't have to worry about any parts or anything going on the floor, or at least not so much. And it works out pretty good. So here we have our instructions. There's not a lot there. And this is another reason why I really like how Lego does it. I mean, even for something small, we have a small booklet and it goes page by page. A lot of these off-brands really are kind of just a, you know, we'll spread it out on one sheet of paper, double-sided, kind of as cheap and dirty as you can get away with. This isn't even, for what I'm considering, even what Creo standard was. This is far worse than what theirs was. I bought them because, you know, I do like G.I. Joe. I love Transformers. I love Legos. I grew up watching Macross or Robotech, depending on where you are in the world and how you saw it. The transforming robots and everything else. And G.I. Joe is always just a wonderful thing because you have, you know, a terrorist organization that's trying to take over the world, and, you know, yes, it's got its silliness and some of that stuff, but it was still gripping to me as a young lad. So here we are putting all this together. We'll get all the parts dumped out. I'm probably going to speed through this so that way you don't have to watch me put 100 pieces together, and even though I can take my time doing this and speed it up, if I know I'm taking my time, I usually make less mistakes. Typically when I notice that when I do a speed build, I'm trying to put it together so I make more mistakes. So just kind of dump our stuff out here. And I'll probably give you some music to listen to or so, and hopefully this just takes a minute or two. It'll probably go through in like 30 seconds or something. Who knows? I got one extra piece. I got one extra kind of like a throttle kind of piece or so. So that's it. That's our build. And then we have the stickers that we can put on there, which right now I'm going to keep the stickers off because I think what I'm going to try and do is see if I can't recreate this with something better. I know I've got a lot of little sets, and I'll see if I can't kind of mix some of the other little sets and make it so I can get a pilot in there. I've done that before. Actually, if you give me a second here, I'll show you. And I've showed you before. I mean, this is what's on my carrier right now, and this is kind of done similar to like the would it be the V22 Raptor. So this is actually two different sets. This is one set, pretty much like the Raptor. These wings are actually from little hummingbird stunt plane, and that's where the cockpit came from. So this plane was actually meant to have a cockpit similar to this size. So that's where this started from, and then I fit the cockpit on there. So if I can find something else, I do have a car actually right here. So I'll get some of the dust off of here. Alright, so we have a car here. So with a car like this is an older set. It's an old speed set. Goes back a couple years. What I could maybe do is I could maybe take this for the nose, and I could maybe add the wings on and have this underneath for the engines and that. And we'll see how that works. I don't know. It's interesting. It's funny. It would be a little bit off color because being the orange here with white. For G.I. Joe it was all white, and I'm knocking my little minifigures over in the back. G.I. Joe was all white, but the reality is the F-14 was always kind of grayish. So I think maybe what I'll do is I'll pull that out, and then we'll see how that is and what I can do with it. I think we'll probably try and do that yet tonight. I know I'm just coming home and all that, and I still have to take care of some other things, but I think what I'll do is I will probably try and work on that, and then I'll stop the video now. We'll take a little break, and I'll come back and I'll see about trying to mix that in with this and see what kind of a plane, see if I can't come up with something a little bit better. It won't have the landing gear going up like this does, because this was a little different, and this has got the Technic pieces in there, which that doesn't have. So I know I won't be able to get that in there tonight, but this has also got some smaller tires on there, which I think would make a little bit more sense. And we'll see what we can do. We'll have some fun with that, because I do have these pieces, so for nothing else I can have those sitting there with the engines underneath or so. We'll see what we can blend together. We'll take a quick break, and I'll come back and we'll see what we have. Okay, so here we are. We're kind of done, kind of not. There's a little bit of tweaking I really want to do with this. So what I did is I took it is a city set. It is a speed racer or speed racing car, or a speed record car, I'm sorry. 60178. Now this is an old set, and really I used that for the cockpit and a nice long nose to go on there. I didn't use the wheels off of there. This is the spot that the wheels would have been in. I used the original landing gear that we had for the G.I. Joe set. I kind of dug through my miscellaneous box, and I found some old airplane wings, and this isn't on there the greatest either, but it's on there the best I can come up with. So I can actually make this a little bit more like an F-14 because I can actually have variable wings. So I can go back a little bit, or they could be straight out. So I did leave these, and this is some of the tweak I really want to do. I want to get some pieces to kind of lock this in a little bit better, and the front landing gear I want to get so I can kind of retract them if I can. But I do have this, so I can fold those up. I was trying to get this so that I could fold up inside into that gap. So if I hold it on the side and I lift it up here, you can kind of see this is folded up, so it looks a little bit better in that. And then we can even fold the wings back, and then it can look like it's trying to fly a little bit more supersonic. This is a little small, a little on the goofy side. It looks a little off to me. Maybe the nose is a little bit too long. I don't know, but at the moment, this is what it's going to be. So now we just took this and we made it a nice little mock build. I can make it land. The wheels can actually go a little farther than I want, but if I hold it there, it does hold pretty good. So, and then there we are. So we can land that. It sits. Our guys can get in there. It is only a single seater, and even the guys are, you know, well, I mean, we kind of looked at the guys here already. I mean, you can see the difference between the G.I. Joe Construc series and what a actual Lego Gentleman is. I really like the Lego Gentleman better. I don't know, I mean, their guys aren't too bad. The Creo, the only problem I had with the Creo is you could actually twist it, and when you twisted it or you sat them in there, you pulled it out, you really got the torso. So this does give it a little bit more to hold on to, but at the moment, I don't know. I kind of like the regular Lego guys a little bit better. I think they look a little bit more natural, but there again, it is also what I'm a little bit more used to. So with that being said, we have that mock plane next to this one. I think this is still a better looking plane, but that's dealing with Lego, and that's, you know, I mean, this is all Lego, but this is all that other cheap stuff kind of intermixed in there. The wings are Lego, but I don't know. Trying to make it look like an F-14, but it not quite the right setup. So, but it is together. It'll probably stay together. And we'll just kind of go from there. Whatever we consider it, or whatever else we're going to do, it'll be. If I modify it, maybe it'll pop up in something else or whatever, and who knows. Maybe if I throw some Technic in there or something and build it up a little bit better like what this one is. But with that being said, thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. I hope you're having a great day. My mind, it's getting late, so my mind is going blank. Hope you're having a great day. Thank you for visiting.